guys, it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. A lot of news to cover. We're going to talk about Dembele and Haaland, how Barcelona are very optimistic about them. New left back search, who's going to replace Junior Firpo as the competition for Jordi Alba. Some David Alaba and Sergio Aguero news. And the huge amount of money that Georginio Wijnaldum is demanding in order to join Barcelona on a free deal this summer. Before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button. Try to get to 200 likes on this video. It would be very much appreciated. And of course, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. Let's start off with the news in regards to Erling Haaland. Sport have come out saying that Barcelona are optimistic about signing Erling Haaland. They believe they will be in the final bid if they manage to secure the required financial resources. The final price can reach up to 150 million euros. I just cannot see Barcelona affording this transfer fee of 150 million this summer for Erling Haaland. Like we talked about yesterday as well, it looks like that Erling Haaland will stay in Dortmund if they qualify for the Champions League, which makes this release clause next summer active of 75 million, which I think is a way affordable price and way more feasible for Barcelona. But getting him this summer, I believe, is going to be next to impossible. Right now, I do think Barcelona should be looking at alternatives to Erling Haaland instead of, just dwelling on him, because there's no way we're going to be able to afford 150 million for him this summer. Speaking about forwards at Barcelona, Helena from Copa has come out saying that Dembele is currently concentrating on winning Barcelona's 2 remaining titles this season. Talks over a new contract will begin soon. Dembele is happy, but he's not in a hurry at the moment. She also said that Dembele's contract issue has not moved forward yet. Renewing Dembele is the priority of the club right now, but they know that Dembele is happy at Barcelona, and again, they're in no hurry to start the contract renewal talks. Along with Messi, I do believe that Dembele's renewal should be an absolute priority for the club, and it looks like it is. He's a top quality player. This season he's had, I think 1 injury, which is very good in his standards, of course. Been playing well. Of course, there's some aspects of his game that he needs to work on, but he is going to be a rising star and a very important player for Barcelona in the future. And of course, his market value right now is probably around 40 million with 1 year left on his contract. Renewing his contract will bring his value back all the way up to around 80 million, which is of course what we want. So if we want to sell him, we can sell him for a good value. So right now, it's a no-brainer. Barcelona have to renew Ousmane Dembele's contract. Now, another striker that Barcelona have been linked to over the, I'd say, like the past month or so, since probably Laporta has been elected, has been Sergio Aguero, and Marca have come out saying that Barcelona, Juventus, and PSG are going to be the ones battling for Sergio Aguero's signature this summer. For me, I am still on the fence with the Sergio Aguero situation. I think he's a very good player. Of course, one of the greatest strikers ever to play the game and probably one of the best to play in the Premier League. But he is very injury prone and is, of course, reaching those ages of, 32, 33, where, he starts to get old, his pace starts to, fall out, and he's not at that top quality anymore. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Let's say, for example, the Erling Haaland deal does not happen this summer. Would you bring in Sergio Aguero on maybe a 1 or 2 year deal to fill in that gap? Me personally, I don't think I would. I would much rather bring in Depay, young, youthful player who's, playing week in, week out. The thing about Sergio Aguero that worries me a lot is that he's just so injury prone. I don't want to sign him on a big contract because, of course, he's coming in on a free deal, so he will demand huge wages, come in, get injured, out for a month, play a few games, out for a month. I don't really want to risk it with Sergio Aguero. I'd much rather go for the cheaper option and probably, in my opinion, the better option of Memphis Depay. But let me know down below, would you bring in Sergio Aguero on a free deal this summer? Now, another player that's been linked with Barcelona on a free deal has been Georginio Wijnaldum, and Mundo Deportivo have come out saying that Wijnaldum is demanding 24 million in wages over a 3-year contract at Barcelona. So basically, Wijnaldum is asking for 8 million a year and about 153k a week. That is just absolutely ridiculous. Okay, it makes sense that, he's looking for that big contract to end off his career. I don't, I have no shame in him for demanding that fee. But why in God's name would Barcelona want to pay that? We're already paying that for Pjanic. Why not just keep him? What's the difference? Oh, he's more physical? Big whoop. Like, Barcelona have no money, and we're spending all of our money on players that do not fit the club. You have Miranda, a young, talented player who's going to leave if Wijnaldum comes in. Ricky Puig is going to get no game time. Pedraza's not going to get any game time. I don't see any reason why we should bring in Wijnaldum. First of all, he doesn't fit, and now this money thing has completely turned me off from this deal. 24 million over 3 years at Barcelona. It's not like you're 25 years old. He's going to be 31 this year. Right now, he's 30. His birthday is probably sometime at the end of the year. He's turning 31. It just doesn't make sense. Like, Barcelona have no money as well. Speaking of Barcelona not having any money, AS have come out saying that Barcelona are ready to let Samuel Umtiti leave for free next summer. So basically, Barcelona are going to let players go for free because they have no money, but you want to bring in a 31-year-old who's going to be demanding 24 million over 3 years. It just doesn't make sense, man. I get it that Koeman wants him, but unless we get rid of, Umtiti, Pjanic, Braithwaite, Neto, Fernandez, Coutinho, where we get the money from right now, though? Because none of these players want to leave. Braithwaite wants to stay, Coutinho wants to stay, Neto will probably leave, Umtiti will probably leave if he gets an offer. A lot of these dead would want to stay, and they don't want to move on, so how are we going to bring in players? This deal just makes no sense for me. Let him go to Inter Milan, let him go fight for a Serie A or something at Barcelona. It just doesn't make any sense. He doesn't fit in my opinion. He takes away game time and he demands just way too much money. I get it that Koeman wants him, but this is something that Laporta has to tell Koeman a big fat no. Now, in my opinion, where Barcelona have to invest most of their money this summer if we don't get Erling Haaland is going to be in the defense. And Fabrizio Romano has come out talking about what Barcelona target in David Alaba. He says that David Alba's priority is Real Madrid. Pre-contract is almost ready for 12 million per year in wages. Many clubs are trying to convince him, but Real Madrid are leading the race as of this current moment. But until his contract is signed, since he is a free agent, anything is possible. Now, this is a player where I wouldn't mind giving him the money he wants. He's an absolute quality player. David Alaba, of course, can play at CDM, left back and center back at the very top level, but Real Madrid are far away in first place for David Alaba. But I would still wait a little bit on this. I'd wait for the summer to come in after Laporta has solved, you know, the Messi and Migueta and Dembele contract renewal situations. That's when he's going to start coming in and trying to bring in players. And of course, he does have a very good relationship with his agent Xavi, like we talked about in yesterday's transfer video. So I still consider Barcelona a little bit in the race, but right now Real Madrid are taking a big leap to sign David Alaba. And with Junior Firpo likely to be sold this summer, it looks like Barcelona are going to have to find a new left back to compete with Jordi Alba. And MD have come out saying that Jose Gaya is Barcelona's first option to come in as a new left back. He would arrive for a fee for around 15 million plus variables. Just quickly, that is super cheap for Jose Gaya's quality. Villarreal Alfonso Pedraza is another option. His price would be also around 15 to 20 million. MD also said that if no signs are made at left back, Barca B's Alejandro Balde will be promoted to the first team as that backup to Jordi Alba. So you might be wondering what's going to happen with Juan Miranda. Most likely, I would say 90% he's going to go back on loan to Real Betis again for another season until Barcelona can figure out what they want to really do at left back. But Jose Gaya for me would be an excellent option. I think he's actually the future of that left back position in Barcelona and of course in Spain. He's probably one of the best left backs in La Liga behind Jordi Alba, of course. And I firmly do believe that he would be the perfect replacement for Jordi Alba in that left back position at Barcelona. I think he's going to be the best left back in Spain after Jordi Alba leaves. 15 million, by the way, as well, is absolutely dirt cheap. If we don't get Erling Haaland, of course, if you sell Junior Firpo, 20 million, you can get Jose Gaya for that same amount, which I think is an absolute big upgrade. Pedraza, not really, you know, the Barcelona quality we're looking for. We were linked to him earlier when he was at Real Betis before he went to Villarreal, but I wouldn't be looking into him too much, even as a cheap option. I'd much rather just promote Alejandro Balde or keep Juan Miranda. For me, the only left back that we should be purchasing this summer is Jose Gaya, but if we don't, and you know the deal doesn't fall through and he signs a renewal or something, whatever happens, I wouldn't mind if Alejandro Balde got promoted. We'd like to see him in the first team, see how he does, you know, with first team minutes in La Liga, but he would be in a lot of pressure, similar to what happened with Juan Miranda back in the 18-19 season when Jordi Alba played literally every single game because Valverde didn't really like Juan Miranda as that backup left back. But for me personally, 100% I would be going for Jose Gaya. Now this next one isn't really a transfer story. It is an opinion of one of the journalists from Sport named Martinez, and he brought up a point that I want to share with you guys, and I want you guys to leave me your thoughts about it in the comments below. He came out saying that Barcelona were interested in Dani Olmo in the winter of 2019. This is when he was at Zagreb and Barcelona held talks, but felt like it was too expensive at the time. During that same window, in the end, Dani Olmo went to RB Leipzig for 25 million, and Barcelona bought Trincao for 31 million. Now, knowing what you know now, would you have bought Dani Olmo at the time, or would you have still stuck with Trincao? For me, looking back on it, of course, I probably would have picked Dani Olmo. Of course, La Masia can play on the wings, can play at the cam position as well. And of course, a technically brilliant player. Of course, he's Spanish as well. He would integrate with the team nicely and straight away. And I think he's a brilliant player. Of course, he gets picked by Luis Enrique in the Spanish national team almost every single time there's international duty. But I do believe in Trincao. I do believe he can reach that potential. But of course, you have to consider at the time he was 6 million euros more expensive than Dani Olmo. I think that Dani Olmo would have been the best option. But I still do believe that Trincao will reach his full potential. But again, let me know down below, would you rather pick Dani Olmo or Trincao? Now, ever since Matteo Almani has been appointed as the director of football, we have been linked with this very young super talent named Fabio Blanco, and MD have come out saying that Fabian Blanco has been offered to several clubs including AC Milan, Juventus, Dortmund, Bayern, and with Barcelona and Real Madrid already presenting an offer to him, his environment values the project of Real Sociedad and Marseille as a possible destination. But TV3 have come out saying that Fabian Blanco has 2 concrete offers for the upcoming free agent from Real Madrid and Barcelona, but he does have the same agent as Pedri. Bayern Munich have also inquired about him. However, they will not make a formal offer. So it does look like that Barcelona have offered Fabian Blanco a contract at Barcelona. Of course, he's going to be coming in on a free deal from the Valencia Academy. Matteo Almani knows him well, and he believes he's going to be an excellent talent for the future. So it does look like currently that Barcelona are leading the race for him. So we'll see what develops over the next few weeks. Now let's get into the news surrounding Barcelona over the past 24 hours. Now, a few videos ago, we did talk about how Patrick Kluivert and Joan Laporta were going to have a meeting to discuss the future, and Alberto Roque from Sport has come out with breaking news saying just in, Patrick Kluivert will not continue as the director of La Masia. The club have informed him that yesterday. The Dutchman will remain in office until the end of the season when his contract expires, and then Jose Raman will take over as the director of La Masia. Alberto Roque also states that Alberto Soler, who is the director of sports, and Ramon Gomez, who is the head of legal services, will also depart the club. They will be dismissed immediately, but Kluivert will stay until the end of the season until his contract is expired. And Cope have come out back in that statement from Alberto Roque, saying that the new Barcelona board of directors have decided to dismiss 2 executives under Bartomeu's era. Firstly, Alberto Soler, and secondly, Ramon Gomez. And the current CEO, Oscar Gurria, will temporarily take over Alberto Soler's position, which was the director of professional sports. So Joan Laporta now has begun the process of getting rid of everyone that was under Bartomeu's board, which I believe is absolutely fantastic. And of course, seeing a legend like Patrick Kluivert leave Barcelona is disappointing. In the end, he wasn't qualified for the job. Bartomeu just brought him in as a smokescreen, saying, look, I brought in a legend, just, let him do what he wants to do, which of course is a bad move because he was not qualified for the job. So in the end, it was a very harsh decision by Joan Laporta, but he had to do what was best for Barcelona. And speaking about Bartomeu, Sport have come out saying that Neymar, Sandro Rosell, and Josep Maria Bartomeu will go to trial at a court in Barcelona. They are of course going to trial because they were accused of corruption of fraud related to Neymar's transfer from Santos to Barcelona back in 2013. So in the end, it is very good that Joan Laporta is getting rid of all of Bartomeu's executive and all that stuff from the past era. That way he can bring in new blood, people he can trust to plan for the future of Barcelona. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down below, of course, on everything we discussed. Would you have picked Dani Olmo or Trincao? Of course, left back, who would you pick to compete with Jordi Alba? Georginio Wijnaldum, would you give him the money? Hopefully you guys say no about that. And of course, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.